All right. Okay, let's get started with this. So, hello and welcome to Project Zomboid. If you've not met me before, my name is Positronics. Feel free to call me PT. And I am a VTuber, V-streamer though, as this is just a standard upload and not a stream. Unfortunately, you will not be able to see my lovely avatar. So if I'm a V-streamer, why am I doing this? Well, because I've been wanting to play a bunch of roguelikes and whatnot on my channel, but I always seem to get in the mindset where, for instance, I do a run in Project Zomboid, my character dies, and I have trouble getting motivation up to continue the run. So my roguelike and roguelite streams tend to be pretty small or short, all things considered. So I thought what I'd do instead is I can carve out a couple of hours here and there, do a recording of a roguelike game, split it up into parts, whether that be with Project Zomboid. Each episode will be one day. For something like Noite, it might be 1 or 2 runs, depending on how long things go for. But either way, I can go through and actually do some of this stuff, and it also gives additional content for the channel. So I have a lot of mods enabled for this. You can see some of them there. So there will be a link in the description to the workshop, my workshop collection, where that is all going to be available. And pretty much it's just going to be download everything, enable everything, and just check a few options for maps and mod dependencies. So because of all of that, I have got a huge number of spawn point starts. So I think what I'm going to do, I had been playing in Moldra on my streams, but for this I'm going to be going for a Riverside. So with all of these things, the only really important ones are the time. We've got the start hour at 5 AM instead of 9 AM. So that if we spawn in a place with a TV, that gives us an additional television episode of Life and Living. Most everything else is pretty much the same. Obviously free trait points, rear vulnerability is low, and weapon multi-hit is on. Some of the other ones are obviously for mods and such, but what I've also got here is customizable day length. So with the game as it is, you have the options for a day to be like 1 hour, 2 hours and such. And like the person who made this mod, I found 1 hour to be a bit too short for a day and 2 hours to be a bit long. So I've tested and tweaked this, and I found that for me, the best amount is 75 minutes per day. Of course, that's not going to actually be the amount of time this episode takes, I hope, because obviously we are also going to be speeding through a bunch of things. But that is what I've got, and I've also got our character designed here. So I do have it set up so that I get 12 free points. So there are a couple of here that if I didn't have those extra points I could get rid of. Like for instance, I could easily get rid of evasive and probably potentially amateur mechanic or electrical technician, amateur electrician. I could get rid of a couple of these if I didn't have all the points, but either way we are incomprehensive, so we are not going to find as many things in containers and whatnot. We are a slow worker. We are pacifist, so we get a negative to any weapons, and we are short-sighted. But short-sighted is counteracted if we spawn with glasses, so that would all work. We're amateur electrician, electrical technician, so this allows us to connect generators from the start, and this gives us +1 electrical as well as a boost to our XP gain. First aider, +2 to first aid, including 100% gain to XP. Leadfoot, your stomps are considerably more powerful, so if we get zombies down on the ground we can start stomping on them a lot more effectively. Crusher giving us +1 short blunt, Amateur mechanic, giving us +2 mechanics, and we also get detailed knowledge of common and commercial vehicle models and repairs. Fast learner, it gives us increased XP gains anyway. Keen hearing to give us a larger perception radius. Organized, meaning we've got higher container inventory capacity. Relentless can fight with melee weapons a little longer without getting tired, and that gives us +1 nimble and +1 strength as well. And evasive, 33% chance to dodge any incoming attack, gives us +1 nimble. That totals up 2 nimble for +100%. Okay, here we are. This is where I was hoping we would generate. So this is a small trailer park outside of Riverside. It's kind of to the southwest, and this is a very, very good place because there's a warehouse there, or a warehouse slash construction stuff. There's a factory, there is a gas station, and there's a fair few different little trailers around here. The unfortunate thing is that there is probably going to be a decent number of zombies around, so we want to quickly grab ourselves a weapon, check for anything we've got here. Okay, protein bar. So, okay, we'll eat that vegetable Mackie quickly. Now, I know when I was going around here earlier that there's potentially going to be trouble because we're going to have a decent number of zombies. You should not be here. Your starting home is supposed to be safe. Your starting home is supposed to be safe. It's supposed to mean no zombies. Maybe this was like my roommate or something, even though he technically shouldn't be here. But we'll grab the denim shirt and military boots that he's got. Rip these, rip those, and turn that into a sheet rope. And we can't do anything about the red trunks, that's fine. So, okay, we'll turn this on, turn it down, and turn to life and living. You tune in. And what do we have here? Hand torch headphones and Valutech porta disc. We'll take all of those, we'll equip this as secondary. Put the headphones in, and then we will unequip that just very, very quickly. So one of the mods I have here is Let Me Think. It is technically speaking Let Me Think alternate, because there were problems with... Okay, apparently I can't actually open this. Okay, right, we may have to just GTFO. Oh, wait, hang on a minute. I didn't actually check in here. Was there anything good? Sewing and soap. It will grab those and then we'll get out of here. And honestly, just abandon it because, as we can see, there are already a ton of zombies around. So I am going to start kiting these guys. I'm going to call them out. Get them wandering around. Get them interested. Get them nice and focused on me. So one of the mods that I have is an edited spawns mod, which may have some consequences because we may have zombies spawning inside all of these houses. So me calling them out like this, there's potentially going to be quite a lot of broken windows and broken glass around, but we can just keep kiting them and just make sure we get their attention. Get and keep their attention. So one of the, oh my goodness, there's a load of zombies over there. Oh my goodness. Well, I know this is a good start when I've got when I'm Pied Pipering this a number of zombies around. It's a good start when I've got this lovely group. So what my plan is, there are forests to the west of where we are. So my plan is to obviously just grab a load of zombies, get their attention, wander over to that forest, and then just essentially lose myself in the woods. So that is going to require me to make sure I keep the zombies close enough that they are still going to keep interest in me. As you can see, we are wandering around, zigzagging, so we're not getting too far away from all of these guys. Our character is at maximum panic because honestly, who wouldn't have maximum panic if you suddenly had the zombie apocalypse start and you had, like, I don't know, what is this, maybe 50 zombies? Okay, maybe not 50, but definitely a decent amount. But definitely a decent amount. So one good thing is that if you remain calm and collected, your walking speed is faster than zombies, even fast shamblers, which is what I've got here. The only ones that are faster than you are the sprinters, which I tried playing with a mod that enabled you to choose how many crawlers, shamblers, fast shamblers and sprinters you wanted, and it would work fine right up until I would have a random sprinter just coming at me a full pelt. Oh, need to run through those two just to shoulder barge them out the way. So yeah, the shamblers, fast shamblers and crawlers are all absolutely fine. It's just the random sprinter that would absolutely kill my run, because obviously they'd come out of nowhere, naturally sprinting right towards me, and I wouldn't be able to defend myself. So that was not fun at all. So zombie configuration, I do have all of the zombies set to essentially eagle-eyed and a perfect hearing, and memory is long as well. So they catch sight of me, they are going to be relentless. I do have a mod which actually allows me to change the sandbox settings on the fly. I've not completely been able to check and try if the zombie configuration also applies. If it doesn't, I know that I can go into the settings configuration and change it there. But my idea is that as time goes by, the zombies are going to start decomposing, deteriorating, and that eagle-eyed sight, that pinpoint hearing, and that perfect memory is going to start degrading over time. So the population will get higher and higher, but they'll also get weaker. They'll be less skilled at tracking, and we'll potentially be able to manipulate our way around a bunch of zombies. One of the other ones I've got is a mod that allows zombies to trip as they're walking around, which I thought, if the player character zombie survivor is one who can potentially trip over themselves, why not the zombies? I have got it down to a relatively low percentage, simply because the default one that I had just seemed to make them trip and fall way too much. So here I'm just kiting the zombies around, just suckling back, keeping their attention, making sure I don't get too deep in them, because I have had more than a couple of failed runs where I've been kiting zombies like this. I've been threading the needle, going through a tiny small group of them, tiny gap, and I just get completely caught up in them and I get ripped to shreds, which, needless to say, is not fun. So I'm just going to have a look back here. Okay, you guys are starting to lose me a little bit. You're still following me, but you're not as close as I would like. Though, admittedly, any distance between me and a zombie that is not across the Atlantic Ocean is not enough distance. Okay, so we're just going to start leading them in here. We're going to just keep walking. We're going to keep shouting because we are going to be going into the deep, dark forest over here, and we want them to keep on following our voice if we can at all possible. So we're not going to be stopping for anything. We're just going to lead them deeper and deeper and deeper into the forest. There are, of course, potentially going to be zombies in here, so we're going to crouch down and we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and then we're going to crouch and jog over here, and we're going to do the same count: 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we're going to walk into this really deep, dark part of the forest. So basically what we've done is we've hopefully caught the attention of a good number of zombies that are in the trailer park, and they followed us into the woods. We've kept running west, shouting and keeping their attention, hopefully. We then stopped in the middle of the forest for 10 seconds. We then turned south, walked a little bit further, stopped for 10 seconds, and now we are crouching, and I think we're probably good on that. I can take back manual control. So the reason I did the walk to area is because if you try and walk through these forests normally, you do run the risk of getting scratched up and injured, which really do not want to happen. We do have some rip sheets for injuries, so we can see there's still a couple of the guys around there. Thankfully, they might be far enough away that we may not intersect them. It's going to be good. We've got a path down here, which we can see, which is pretty much where the edge of the trailer park is. So just do a quick look around. We seem to be good. So obviously our first priority is going to be finding somewhere where we can camp overnight at the very least. And then we can start expanding out to some of the other sections, and we'll be able to, might actually be worth, I cannot remember if the house that's on the east side of this trailer park has 2 stories or not. My mind is telling me it does not, so we'll be better off staying in one of these small trailers and hoping that none of them have alarms. Okay, that car is, or at least the trunk is locked. Okay, that's bashed up enough that we aren't able to get into that side. And the same for that. Okay. So do we have anything good here? Obviously, we won't be able to get into it, but if there's going to be fuel, gas tank condition 100%. Gasoline 4 out of 39. That is very interesting that the gas tank is just completely... Okay, car key required, screwdriver, wrench, and gas tank needs to be empty. And obviously can be repaired once uninstalled. We don't want to do that just now because obviously we don't have the skill required for it. There's a TV on in here, so I'm just gonna quickly check around. Because sometimes the zombies do get attracted to loud sounds. It doesn't seem like they've actually noticed that, so maybe the TV isn't on that loud. Door is open. Ah, there is a smashed window there, but hopefully, maybe that was when they were trying to get out when I was yelling across yelling across the trailer park for it. So what do we have here? A book for guns. So volume 1, that would give us aiming and reloading and master masonry. Unfortunately, that is for level 5, so we can't quite do that. We can grab an eraser. And what do we have in here? Pants, perfume, a tissue. I'll grab that one, seeing as we don't have outdoorsman. So that is unfortunate. We can make a sterilized rag out of perfume and cologne. I will grab this hoodie. And then I think I'll tear those up and I'll craft a sheet rope out of this one. Actually, speaking of that, I've got 2 others that I can start making some sheet ropes out of. So we've got 14 ripped sheets, and there we go, make sterilized rag. Unfortunately, there's only enough perfume in there for 1 dose from the looks of it. Still, if we get injured, that is 1 sterilized rag we'll be able to use straight off. And what do we have in here? Hairspray and strawberry blonde hair dye. A can opener. I'll take that just for any future cans we might want to open. And speaking of that, do we have anything here that's good? We've got some canned ham and a canned tuna. Those are both always very good. So we'll eat all of that canned ham just as we are. Put the tin back. And anything interesting here? We've got Brundo. That's an energy drink. Fatigue, hunger, thirst and unhappiness. And in the ice cream, we've got an ice cream sandwich. So you know what? We might as well just eat that one as well. I'm not 100% sure I want to try and stay there. I'm tempted by this one simply because it's just that little bit further from civilization. Door is locked. Please do not have an alarm. Okay, broken the lock on that window. Let's try this one. Oh, come on. You can open it. There we go. Okay, quick pause. No alarm. Honestly, I do not expect these trailer homes to have alarms in. So when one did, it didn't help that I also had a alarm going outside as well, so it's kind of like, so I open a window, hear an alarm, go, oh shoot, then I go, oh no, that's okay, that's outside, and then I go, nope, it's in the game as well, it's in the game as well, and I just had to completely leg it. Nice. We've got the automated emergency broadcast here as well. Oh, I was wondering why it wasn't working. Okay, so TV probably could be better with one of the ones that actually has a video player. We've got a second radio here, but we can get a video player later. We've got soap, sheets, painkillers. Let me just have a look. I think I may have enough whip sheets to make a backpack. Let's just have a look. No, I do not. Okay, we need 20 ripped sheets. Or, okay, craft improvised backpack. Okay, so we need like a knife or whatnot to get a load of those. Okay, do we have a knife? Some kind of kitchen knife, metal whisk, fork, beans. How do you cut stuff if you don't have a knife around here? Okay, well, we'll take the MRE anyway. And if we're staying here, honestly, the hot dog buns I want to put in the freezer because those are going to go stale very, very quickly. Okay, so we've obviously got sheet ropes and such. Now, bedroom. Okay, we do have... okay, so if we rip clothing, that one. We've got that. There's nothing in there, but I did see a magnum and a box of 44 magnum rounds. So alarm clock, if we place that, that will tell us the time. Actually, just grab that, and I think we'll just have to, where is it? There it is. Just put it back in there, but we can see it is 10 past 10. Anything else in here? Yes, we've got a short skirt, so let's grab that. Let's do the sleeping tablets. How many rip sheets is that? 17. Okay, salvage sheet rope. I think that might be the right thing. Yes, rip sheets 20. There we go. And there we go. So 20 rip sheets, no tailoring required. Takes 180 ticks, but we get a crude backpack. So capacity 26, encumbrance reduction 50, and has an upgrade slot as well. So these seem like they're really, really good early on. But yeah, they're not necessarily that great. But we'll pack all of that in. Do that. Turn this off. And if we can... okay, no, we don't have a writing utensil for the moment, so we're going to have to remember that that is the place we've decided to make as our first base. Yeah, I thought I could hear a zombie. Just back away. So someone was moving in or moving out of this one because it is very, very empty. Oh, hunting knife. Yes. So if we craft sheet ropes out of everything else, and because we now have a knife, we can rip these denim shorts. And those military boots, unfortunately, have a hole in them. Otherwise they would have been... oh, hello. Yep, I saw you. Oh, thank you. You've got a denim duffel bag. That's the word. So all that stuff we spent making that crude backpack. Salvage crude backpack, so we can get 16 of our items back. Except I think that actually just completely deleted all of the items we had. Oops. Oh well. We can get a digital watch. Oh well, I don't think we had anything uber important in there anyway. I just have to remember that for next time. Okay, remove battery from that torch because we just want to take that with us, and grab the pencil. And actually grab the paperclip as well because that could be just useful as it is. Pen and nothing in there. Okay, so now we've actually got a pencil. We can start marking these places off. So anything that we have visited and cleaned out is going to be marked with that. Our home base is there, and we generated somewhere around here, but I wasn't exactly paying attention. So normally I would mark that down, but I didn't take note of it because I knew there was going to be so many zombies around that I needed to just get out of there. Okay, I'm just double checking we have been in there. Maybe not enough to mark it off as looted, but we can still just double check it. A little bit of a jog over here. Have a look. Locked. This one going to be... okay, open. So there's a TV with a VCR in it. for the moment, excuse me, pause the game. Okay, so we can get a spoon and a bread knife, which I know sounds really, really bizarre. But we'll grab both of those because that means we can actually eat food with utensils. More bits of soap and adhesive bandages. Yes, please. Okay, this one we can mark off as well. So the TV with the VCR would be nice, but it's not essential for how early we are in the game. Door. Okay, and there's one zombie here and one that is potentially going to run in a moment. Okay, so we've got a smithing magazine. Take that. Electricity volume 2, we'll take that one as well. And anything on the zombie, some screws. So I'll take that as well. And this we want to turn off because apparently whoever lived here loved watching the TV at maximum volume. More soap. Okay. I think one of the mods I had that made soap less rare has gone a little bit overboard. Okay. Right, empty cooking pot. Yes, I'll grab that one. Baking tray. What do you do? So this mod is craft helper and is just one that, as it says, helps you craft things because you can see what needs or what you need for various things. So for instance, like make a tray of pretzels, we definitely need a baking tray for that. And as a baking pan, make pasta, tofu, make soap, tiramisu, cake, pie. Okay, yes, we definitely need both of those at some point then. So if we grab all of those and then just see what's in here. So some more brundle after the last one disappeared. Okay, I'm gonna leave this. I'm not gonna mark this one as looted because there is still some stuff that we probably want to get after we've cleared out some of these zombies. Get you down. So there's some denim shorts, denim jeans. Aha, there we go. So wear, and we'll take the other pair as well. I know it is visually, or not visually, but in terms of protection and such, the denim shorts are exactly the same as the jeans, but visually I just much prefer the jeans. Here, and I think this one has the door down. Yes, there we go. Again, okay, door is unlocked. Anything particularly noticeable here? A fork. Grab that. Though my mind is telling me that the MOE that I have is actually going to have a fork in it anyway. Box of root beer, cheese sandwich, onion, pickles. Yes, we're definitely going to need to do some looting runs around here. Get some of these items. We've got some uncooked pasta. So actually, means we've got a bit of time. I'm going to put that in there, and then we are going to have a look at this bathroom. Bath towel and a sheet. Okay, nothing particularly interesting there, but we will take both of those. Thank you. Don't need to worry about the radios having the emergency channel because we've already got that, and that one has it as well anyway. So we might as well grab that, put that one down on the floor. Who needs 2 radios in the same room? I do not know, but yeah, 90.4, absolutely fine. And we've got a good cooking magazine. So half of these we are going to need to make sure we keep an eye out because we do have a lot of food around here. So while we're waiting for that to cook, we might as well read the Good Cooking magazine and also the Smithing magazine, which the latter of is going to tell us how to actually make bullets for guns. And honestly, once we get out of the initial section of the game is going to be very, very useful for us. So we'll grab the pasta. Unfortunately, it's going to give us unhappiness because it's just basically plain boiled pasta, not going to be very fun. But we can add some pickles to that. And then also let's actually get that back out. That one, add pepper as a spice. So this probably isn't going to help out too much. So unhappiness 13, rather unfortunately. But it does mean we can get rid of a couple of these, and I know I'm putting that in the fridge. Don't worry. Okay, probably the next one we stop off at, we're going to want to take a little bit of a drink. As I say, okay, please do not be alarmed. Thankfully, it is not. So if we drink here and just have a quick look. So we have a bowl of stew, fresh uncooked bread knife and a kitchen knife. Might as well grab the stew, eat that. Cola pop. Yeah, a few things naturally around here. We'll put this stew in, and also we're getting these containers as well by doing all of this. Maybe eating a little bit too much for the initial section, but it's going to honestly just rot away if we leave it here anyway. And I want to turn this off before that burns the building down. Definitely do not want that to happen. Yes, I've got way too much soap here now. I've got way too much soap. Oh, another gun. They're not going to use that right now because that would be a dangerous. Okay, cannot disassemble. I was wondering because it did give me the option, but no, we do not have a screwdriver just yet. We do not have a screwdriver just yet. Okay, it is only halfway through the day, but I think I will go back to base and this will wrap up the first episode. So if you've made it this far, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If time permits, hopefully you'll be able to join me in a stream over on Twitch. Else, hopefully you'll be looking forward to the next episode.